Hey everyone, welcome to our channel How To. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to make an origami elephant like this. The design was made by Alexander Kurth. So here's how you make it. Okay, so before we start, I just want to point out that I will be using origami paper, which is 15 by 15 centimeters. So the dimensions of like an average elephant are going to be around 3 centimeters tall from the legs to the ears, and then around 6 or 7 centimeters long from the trunk to the tail. Okay, so here we go. First of all, you're going to fold your piece of paper in half horizontally, like this. Make sure you align the edges and the corners, and then crease sharply. Then you're just going to fold it in half again, and make sure you keep all the layers tight so they don't slip. And again, crease sharply. Then you're just going to unfold everything, and then you're going to fold this corner to this line, and the fold is going to start from this point and then go somewhat to this line like this. So you're just going to start your crease from this center line here, and then align this corner with this top crease here, and then only crease until you find the intersection between this crease and the rest of the paper, just like that. And then you're going to valley fold on this crease here, just like that, and then flatten the paper so that this paper aligns with this crease here, and that these lines also align. And just make sure you get a nice point. Okay. Just like that. And then just turn the paper over and then valley fold on this crease. Then you're going to do the same thing we did before. So you're going to fold this crease to this point here, starting from this point here, like this. And then make sure that everything aligns. And then again, you're only going to fold until this intersection here between the rest of the paper and this point. Valley fold back on this crease. Make sure that all the points align. Okay. And then flatten the paper. So there's your base. Now what you're going to do is just fold from this point to this point. Just do a valley fold like this. Make sure all the paper aligns, and then turn it over and do the same thing. If you want, you can align this side to this side, so both points align like that. And then you're going to unfold both sides, and then we're going to reverse fold. So open up this top layer and then push this point inwards, making a valley fold on this crease, and then push back in to make a mountain fold on this crease, and then on this third crease flatten the whole thing, just like that. And again, try to keep all of your creases sharp and aligned well. Okay, so then your elephant will look better. Okay, then turn it over and do the same thing. So just push down on this crease, fold back up on this crease, and then flatten all the paper, just like that. And then what you're going to do is find the bigger triangle. So you find two triangles here. One is slightly bigger than the other. Okay, so we're going to take the big triangle and fold it over this line here. Just like that. Just fold over as much as it can go. Then turn it over and do the same thing. And then we're going to reverse fold it again like we did before. We're going to open up this layer and we're just going to crease here. Just like that. So you have this little tab poking out. And then do the same thing on this side. Open up this layer and then just reverse fold it in like that. And then we're going to open up this layer here and then align this bit to this bit here, just like this. Just like that. So that everything lines, and then flatten the paper so it looks like that. Then turn it over and do the same thing. So just align the paper to make a point and then flatten it so that everything aligns and looks like that. So now what we're going to do is open up this layer and crease it outwards like this. So it looks like a triangle, and then turn it over and do the same thing. And then we're going to put this point here, aligning this edge with this edge like this. And just while you're doing this, make sure that the crease is flush with the rest of the paper, or at least as close as possible. Then turn it over and do the same thing. Just align these 2 points together, just like that, and then crease, like that. So now what we're going to do is open the paper in half like that, and then turn it over, so it looks like this. And then hold it like this, and then align this point to this point, just like this. Okay, and then just crease it. Make sure you get rid of any bumps like that, and then turn it over and crease from this point to this point, just like that. Make sure you do it as neatly as possible. Okay. And then turn it over and then make a crease from here to here, just like this. Just make a small valley fold and then squash this triangle like that, and then do the same with this side, just like that, and then squash down this triangle as well so it looks like that. So now what you want to do is fold it in half, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to make the back legs now. So turn it over like this, and then open up this layer here, like that. And then find the point where it stops at, and then squash fold it and try and make it like form a right angle between this line of the body here. And of course you can change this later, but I'm just going to make mine like that, and then turn it over and do the same thing. So just open up this layer, squash it flat, and align it with the other leg. Okay, then open up the model again, and then fold down this tab here for the tail. Fold it as far as it can go, Then you find 2 small triangles from behind the legs, and then fold it up to make the tail. So this is really up to you how big or small you want the tail to be. So you can just fold it up. I'm gonna make mine around 1 centimeter long. And then we're gonna do the same thing that we did with the legs. So just fold this bit here and align it with the rest of the paper. And this center crease, like that. And then squash it flat. And then do the same thing with this side. So just align it with the center of the paper. And then squash it flat as well to make the tail thinner. And then fold it in half again. So it looks like that. And then we're going to make the head and the front legs. So just open up these 2 flaps here. And then crease on this point and this point here. Like this. So just squish it outwards. Like that. And then crease it to make the front legs, and then flatten it so that this crease aligns with the front legs. Okay, just like this, and squash everything. And by this point you can really see that the elephant is starting to form. Okay, so now we're just going to make the ears. So this is a tricky part, so you can pause the video and watch it again if you want. So open up this flap here and then align this point to this line here, just like that, and then put it back into place. And then turn it over and do the same thing. So just open up this flap and then align this point to the center and then put it back. So now we're going to make our ears 3D. So we're going to fold like this, and we're going to fold from this point to this point, like that, to make a belly fold, and then make a mountain fold from the back here to align it with the paper, like that, and then we're going to lock it. So open up this trunk layer, just the first one, and then fold down this tab with a bit more of the paper to lock it in. And that's your first ear. So now we're going to make the second one and just do the same thing. So valley fold up to the back of these legs, mountain fold it back down to align it, and then lock it in place by opening up the top layer of the trunk, and then lock it in place just like that. Now we're going to make the trunk. So hold it upside down like this, and then fold this crease to the center, just like that. And then do the same thing for this side. It doesn't have to be a perfect point at the front. And now push the trunk up and then align these two edges together just like this, and then flatten your trunk however you want. You don't even have to flatten it if you want. Like if you want the head to be a bit more 3D, you can just leave it like that. So now we're going to make the curls of the trunk. So just do a few reverse folds and shape it up however you like. So I'm just going to do a few. Maybe just a small one there. And there's your trunk. So this is the end of the design, but you can still finalize it and just make it look better by first of all pushing down on the back like this, and then just put a curve into it to make it more 3D. You can also do it for the bottom, so just curve that bit and the other side as well, just like this. You could curl the tail if you wanted to, just add a little curl like that. You could fold the hind legs to make it look neater, like that, and with the front as well. Like this. You could even push the front and back legs a bit to make it look a bit more like feet, just like this. And then you can just put it on like a surface, see if it stands up. So as you can see, mine does. If it doesn't, you can just tweak the legs. And yeah, so that's how you make an origami elephant. See you in the next one.